Party hard and welcome to an all-new adventures in game chasing yar. So today I'm going back to Retro Neo Video, a fun little convention where everything is just about video games. There's some toys, there's some other things, but unlike other conventions, which is a lot of anime, a lot of other things, and some video games, this one is 95% video games. So let's go check it out. There's a lot of games here, but also a lot of friends. Look, it's Elvino and the puppet.
Hey, what's new?
I'm gonna get some games.
Oh, comme d'habitude finalement.
Ouais. Good. Tato.
Attends.
So let's explore this place and look around for the games. And here's the organizer, GF Bibo. Say hi.
Hi.
Video games as far as the eye can see. Now this thing here is about every 6 months, and I really enjoy looking for games here because, well, people are just into like gaming. Look at all these games. This is just amazing. Just people interacting with their love for games. So today I'm going to be looking for spooky horror games because the pirate, he loves him some spooky games. So let's see what I'm going to find here. So today's theme was horror-based video games. Games that are very scary or at least have some scary elements. So first up we have Resident Evil Director's Cut. Now I've already had the long box version, the original version, but now I have the Director's Cut. And this is the regular Director's Cut. There was another edition after this called the Director's Cut DualShock version with the terrible soundtrack. Now that one, the less said the better. But anyways, this is the Director's Cut. It comes with the game, obviously, but it also comes with a Resident Evil 2 demo. Because Resident Evil 2 took a bit longer to make because they scrapped the original version to make a new version. Well, they released this, the Director's Cut, in the meantime so that people who were expecting Resident Evil 2 didn't have to wait too long. So this game, really good stuff. Other game that I got today is Silent Hill Homecoming for the Xbox 360. I also had the PS3 version, but I do like this long cover here. And this is the first American-made Silent Hill game after they started being made by not Konami's Silent Team, but by second and third party studios. So yeah, Silent Hill Homecoming, not the worst one of the American Silent Hills, but it doesn't hold a candle to the originals, unfortunately, but still, it's a decent game. Also got Resident Evil Outbreak. Now what's fun about this one is it's pretty much Resident Evil with the engine of Code Veronica, but in a multiplayer online kind of thing. Up to 4 people can play at the same time in cooperative mode, and choosing various characters. I think there's about 6 or 8 characters in this. And a lot of things are either original or side scenarios. For example, you go to the forest in the Arklay Mountains, you're in the police station at some point, but I think those ones are more in the second one, Outbreak File 2, which I don't have yet, but eventually. But yes, Resident Evil Outbreak. Really fun stuff. Not quite horror, but more in the spooky category. The original TimeSplitters. This one is a fun find. I actually found it for $1. Would you believe it? TimeSplitters. It was just in a bin of sports game, and the people sort of gave up to like find gems in there, and they just left it there, and there I go, I found it. Which is really fun because it was made by the same teams that made the GoldenEye and Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64, so this has got that kind of feel to it. TimeSplitters is really cool, and especially at that price, it's a really uncommon find, so I'm really happy with this one. Look at all this cool stuff. Oh, The Binding of Isaac. He looks real sad. And who made all these? Why, it's my friend Sophie.
Hey, come to my store, please.
Yes, go to her store, please. Or else, you're... Look at this. This is wonderful. All these consoles are pre-packaged. All the wires, all the controllers, and a bonus game. That is a good way to market consoles. Good on you, Retro Montreal. That's intelligent.
We are clever.
Oh look, another one of my good friends. It's Sir Tommy Godet, our representative for the Parti Rhinocéros.
Oh, indeed, I am.
So Tommy, are you gonna go in this current election? Are you going to participate?
Good question. Actually, I never thought about it as of now. But I can maybe tell you that I'm strongly thinking about running again.
I would like that. The pirate will vote for you. Sir Tommy Godet.
That's nice. I'm gonna take it. And you all have fun!
Up next, I have Resident Evil Revelations. Unfortunately, I don't have a first edition copy, which had a typo in the spine area. It's still pretty cool to have. It's Resident Evil, but on your 3DS. So the missions are bite-sized. They sort of have pauses in between levels. Kind of like a little bit like the concept behind Peace Walker, where you would have digest-sized adventures in the Resident Evil universe. It's a really cool game. The 3D is really good for once. It's one of those games where the putting on the 3D kind of helps the experience. And yeah, it's a really good return to form back when Resident Evil was a little seen as too much action fare. Well, the Revelation series sort of became our go-to for more quiet action. So I'm really happy to have this one. Another fun find, The Evil Within for PS3. I already had the PS4 version digitally, but this one is really cool because this is really hard to find. If you look on eBay, this is actually quite the collector's item. You have the game, you also have this neat lenticular cover, which is actually, this is worth more than this online. If you have both together, it goes for a little bit more than just this. Now this one I'm really happy about. Siren for the PS2. Basically when Team Silent was disbanded over at Konami so that Silent Hill became an American series, well, some people banded again together to make this series called Forbidden Siren in Japan. There's 3 games in this series, which is Siren, Siren 2 or Forbidden Siren 2, and of course Siren Blood Curse for the PS3, which is sort of a loose remake of this. The first 2 games, however, used this kind of weird technology where they would film actors' faces and project them onto the 3D sprites. So you would have sort of semi-realistic faces with no texture. Think a phone app that makes pictures move? Well, this is sort of what it looks like, but it gives it a really unique feel that for the PS2 sort of blows my mind how, I wouldn't say good, but how unique it looks. Anyways, Siren. It's not for the faint of heart. If you think Silent Hill is hard, you should try Siren. It's up there in terms of spooky and hard as hell.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, it's the #1 issue.
Yeah, I have.
So these guys are OP Retro Game. What's this? I see a Guiz. Let's go say hi. Hey everyone, I'm here with my good friend Guiz. He's a YouTuber and I've never met him before. So Guiz, do you like video games?
Yes, I do. I just want to say something. This is not Duck Hunt.
Anyways, so Guiz, 2 questions I ask all my guests.
Yes.
What is your favorite game right now?
Right now,
What are you playing?
I'm actually going out playing Pokemon Go because it's Community Day, and I'm an adult, so yeah.
Oh, that's why you're in a hurry. There's a shiny spawn.
Yeah, between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. there's gonna be, I think it's Bagu. Yeah, I know, man.
It's okay. I understand the struggle. Also, you're in this place here. What kind of game were you looking for? Were you looking for a specific game?
I'm always looking for to build my Zelda collection.
Ooh, did you do something?
I did. I found a homebrew.
Oh!
It's called The Legend of Zelda Time Crisis Fall of the Moon. So it's probably has nothing to do with Majora's Mask.
But still, it's a Zelda you didn't have before, and it's a Zelda that's not even on the official list. That's cool.
Yeah, I actually bought this one to play, and people were like, yeah, just download the emulator and stuff. No.
One last question. A fan asked me to ask you this because you're a famous YouTuber. When is Resellers coming back? Yes? Alright. So I guess people are starting to pack up and go. So I guess it's time for me to head back home and finish the tally. And finally, the pièce de résistance. I've managed to snag not 1, but 2 games that I've wanted in my collection since forever. I got Silent Hill 2 for the PlayStation 2, as well as Silent Hill 3. Let's talk about Silent Hill 2 first. Now this is widely considered to be the best game in the Silent Hill franchise, and it's easy to see why. The psychological horror is just crazy in this one, and this is the first game to star fan favorite Pyramid Head, so there's that too. And then there's Silent Hill 3, which I also like a lot, and some other people find to be the actual best game in the series. But usually it's more 2. But anyways, this is Silent Hill 3, and it's really cool, and we sort of revert back to the story of the first game, less psychological, more monster and religion, but that's fine too, because these are 2 excellent atmospheric games, wonderful experiences. And Silent Hill 3 is really cool, because it also comes with a soundtrack CD. See, there's the game, and there's the soundtrack. That's awesome. I loved it when games used to give you little tchotchkes in there, just little nice gifts for just purchasing a regular retail game. There is a better version of Silent Hill 2 out there, which is the greatest hits with the red label choice. It looks like the same box and everything, however, the game itself has a few upgrades and a few special features more than the regular vanilla version of Silent Hill 2, kind of like Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 Substance and Subsistence, respectively. Yeah, so basically that's it for those games. I'm really happy to have those games, and honestly, if you go on eBay and stuff, these games have raised in prices. Actually, all PlayStation 2 right now is sort of doing what GameCube was doing a few years ago, where it's sort of raising in prices. Because PS2 for a long while, that and Xbox Original, people didn't care, so you could find a lot of games, if you watch the earlier episodes of Adventures in Game Chasing, I find all these really cool games for $2-3 a piece. That is slowly starting to not be the case anymore. And these particular games, if you go on eBay, or other sites like that, you will find that I've paid about 1/4 or 1/5 of what they're asking on the internet for them. And it sucks a little bit that these great games, not only are they hard to find, but also it sucks that they're sort of hidden behind a paywall. It would be very nice if these games were reissued. Konami's doing all of these reissues with Castlevania and all these other games. It would be fun if they had a Silent Hill collection, a good Silent Hill collection, to redeem the last one. Anyways, that was it for this episode. I really enjoyed seeing a lot of my old friends again, and you might see them again in the future in some other shows, who knows. I'm also really happy for all the games I got this episode. A lot of games that I've wanted for a long time. The pirate loves him some horror games. And now they're mine in my collection, so that's amazing. So anyways, thank you again for watching the show. Leave a like and subscribe. And please join me next time for another exciting adventures in game chasing. Arrgh.